The UFC has headed back to the Apex this week with the solid main event. Amir Albazi faces off against Tatsuro Taira in the Apex. Not even a bad card, to be honest. I'm going to be giving you guys my quick picks, my quick predictions, and all my breakdowns for this entire card. Before we go ahead and get into it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's start it off with the early prelim opener of Pierre Rodriguez versus Ketlin Souza. Kind of a tough first fight to pick, first fight to predict at least. Both women are very tough, very manly, very durable. You know, they can slug it out in the pocket. They can deal damage. Ketlin Souza got a good ground game. She's got power in her hands and her right hand. She's gotten finishes before. Pierre Rodriguez is a bit of a point fighter, a bit better of a point fighter. She's got a little bit of a reach advantage, but both these women are basically same size, same kind of style. Honestly, this is a decent stylistic matchup for the two, but I am going to side with Ketlin Souza as the quick pick, as the early prediction for this fight. I think she is just a bit more of a dog, and I think she's got more power, more finishing capabilities. I think she's better on the ground, and I think she can land that big right hook on Pierre Rodriguez and potentially hurt her, maybe even finish her. So give me Ketlin Souza by decision. I'm gonna say by decision. I don't think there's gonna be a finish in this first fight. Give me Ketlin Souza by decision as the quick pick. We move on to the next fight. Andre Lima, Felipe Bunez. Good fight. Honestly, good fight. I like Andre Lima. He's a good prospect. He finally got his first finish in the UFC in his last fight against Daniel Barras. Got a nice rear naked choke in the third round. Felipe Bunez got in the win column in the UFC in his last fight as well. Got a nice submission as well. So both these guys have a good ground game. They both are submission threats on the ground. So this should be a fun fight. I'm going to side with Andre Lima as the quick pick. I think he is more well-rounded. I think he has less holes in his game. Felipe Bunez, we saw, he only lost to Josh Van in his debut. I believe it was his debut. And we see Josh Van's number one ranked in flyweight now. But Felipe Bunez can get pieced up on the feet, and Andre Lima's boxing has come a long way. I think he's going to want to strike with Felipe Bunez. I don't think he's going to want to give Bunez that potential of getting a takedown and finding a submission, finding an arm, finding his neck. I think Andre Lima is going to want to keep this striking. I think he's going to want to put on a striking masterclass, try to win this either by KO or by decision. I think he's going to get it done by decision. Felipe Bunez is quite tough, and Andre Lima's not that good of a finisher on the feet at least. So give me Andre Lima by decision as the quick pick. I think he's going to just land the bigger shots, and I think his boxing is cleaner than Felipe Bunez. Bunez does not have the best defense. So give me Andre Lima as the quick pick. We move on to the next fight. Nick Klein versus Andre Pulyaev. Very tough one to pick. Both very low level. I'm not going to lie. Nick Klein, not bad. I am going to lean Nick Klein here. Andre Pulyaev did not look good in his last fight against Chris Duncan. Not Chris Duncan. I'm thinking Chris Duncan's on this card. What am I saying? Leroy Duncan. What is it? Christian Leroy Duncan. That's who I'm thinking of. He did not look good. Andre Pulyaev gassed very early on, got really tired. It was a very sloppy fight. He is durable. He is tough, but he's sloppy. He gasses out. Unless he gets his cardio up, I don't think he wins this fight. Nick Klein is tough. He's got good ground game. His striking's come a long way as well. He's pretty good on the feet. In his last fight against Abdul, Malik Abdul, he landed a beautiful spinning back fist. Almost KO'd him. Really, really close to finishing him. I was shocked when I saw that. I thought he'd finished him, but he did survive, and then he finished Nick Klein eventually. But Klein's striking is pretty good. His grappling is his upside. That is where he wants to take this fight, and I think he will try to do that. So give me Nick Klein by submission. I think he's going to sub Andre Pulyaev within the first 2 rounds. I think he'll get it to the ground. I think that's what he should be going for in this matchup, is going to the ground, looking for the ground game, and trying to find a sub in this one. So give me Nick Klein as the quick pick, man. We move on to the next fight. Rodolfo Vieira versus Trishan Gore. Tough one to pick as well. I'm really glad the UFC didn't cut Trishan Gore. I know he's 6-3, but his last fight against Marco Tulio was brutal. It was tough. He slugged it out. He survived. He threw back as well, hurt Tulio. And he looked decent, but Tulio's volume, his power was just way too much for Trishan Gore. And honestly, in this fight against Rodolfo Vieira, Vieira is a BJJ nerd. He's got really good grappling, got great submissions. He's world-class BJJ. He's got world-class BJJ. And I think he is going to want to bring this to the ground. He's going to want to try to take Trishan Gore down and find a submission. But Trishan Gore himself has really good submission game. He's got a really nasty guillotine choke. Really, really nasty guillotine when people are coming in. It's high arc guillotine. He holds it really tight up high. Standing guillotine as well. He's got a really, really nasty choke there. and he could catch Rodolfo Vieira. I don't think this is going to be a grappling fight. I think this will most likely be a striking matchup. But I'm going to lean Trishan Gore as the quick pick. I'm going to go Trishan Gore by submission, to be honest. I think he's going to catch Rodolfo Vieira coming in on a takedown. I think he's going to catch him with that guillotine. And I think Rodolfo is going to be stuck. Rodolfo is getting up there in age. I think he didn't look great in his last fight. And I think Trishan could pull this one away. So give me Trishan Gore as the quick pick. We move on to the next fight. Rinya Nakamura versus Nathan Fletcher. Really, Rinya Nakamura disappointed me in his last fight. He did. He really, really did. He was a massive favorite. Massive favorite. And he didn't grapple at all. He didn't use his world-class wrestling at all. At all. Really, really disappointing in his last fight. Nathan Fletcher as well in his last fight had a close one against Kalen Loughran. Split decision loss. Really, really close fight. He did look pretty good. Had the back at some point. Was looking for submissions. And this fight's close. This fight's way closer than the odds are. Rinya Nakamura is, again, a massive favorite. And honestly, Nathan Fletcher is a good underdog. And I'm going with Nathan Fletcher as the pick. You know, I don't care about the odds. I think Nathan Fletcher is well-rounded. I think he's got good submission game. I think his striking is good. And I think Rinya Nakamura just didn't look good in his last fight at all. It was a disappointing performance. Now, does that mean he can't bounce back? No, he definitely could. But I'm going to still lean Nathan Fletcher to have the better performance here. So give me Nathan Fletcher by decision, honestly. I think he's going to get it done by decision. I don't see him finishing Rinya, but I do see him stuffing takedowns. I see him getting takedowns of his own, maybe controlling Rinya's back, getting him to the ground, and landing the better shots. So give me Nathan Fletcher as the quick pick. We move on to the main card. Opening up the main card, a really good fight. Danny Silva versus Kevin Vallejos. Really, this is going to be a fun boxing matchup. This is going to be a very fun boxing matchup. Danny Silva is the taller guy. Really clean boxing. His past two fights were close decisions, but I thought they were pretty obvious towards Danny Silva. He won those two by just outboxing his opponent, having really good defense. He's got a really nice Philly shell kind of stance, and he also defends really well. His defense is good, and that's where this is going to be interesting because Kevin Vallejos is hunting for that kill shot. He's hunting for that kill shot. Really fast hands, lots of power in his last fight. He had a really, really clean overhand right knockout, dropped his opponent, then finished him on the ground. Really clean finish by Kevin Vallejos. And he's a massive prospect out of Argentina. And I'm going to lean Kevin Vallejos. His only loss in his entire MMA career is to Jean Silva. That loss has aged amazingly. It's aged amazingly. And that was on the Dana White Contender Series where it was like the fight of the night. So I think Kevin Vallejos gets it done. Danny Silva's tough. He's good. He's got good striking. He's got good defense. I don't think he's got the power, though. I don't think he has the power Kevin Vallejos has, and I don't think he's going to be able to defend enough to be able to withstand Kevin Vallejos' overhand right, his overhand left, his body shots, the way he rips to the body, his combinations. He's like a mini Topuria. Not even a mini Topuria. They're the same size. He's like Topuria, like Timu version of Topuria, and he had a really good fight with Jean Silva. And that has aged amazingly. So give me Kevin Vallejos by knockout in the second round. I think Danny Silva will survive the first. They'll both be going tit for tat. They'll be feeling it out, and then Kevin Vallejos will unload in the second. Give me Kevin Vallejos as the quick pick. We move on. Neil Magny versus Alezu Zaleski dos Santos. Neil Magny on an Apex card. What a shocker. What a shocker. I'm surprised he's not the main event, though. No, I'm joking. Him not being ranked anymore is not going to get him any more main events, unfortunately. Sorry, Neil Magny. But we still love some Neil Magny. Alezu Zaleski dos Santos versus Neil Magny is a close fight, a tough fight to predict. I'm going to lean. Hear me out. I'm going to lean with Neil Magny here. Crazy, I know. But dos Santos is up there in age. He's suffered injuries. Neil Magny is actually the younger fighter here. He's actually the younger fighter. He's fresher. He's taller. I think he's not fighting as dangerous of a striker that can knock him out everywhere. I don't think Zaleski dos Santos can knock out Neil Magny everywhere. You know, Neil Magny's chin is questionable at this time, but he still has good wrestling. He still has good takedowns, and he still has decent defense. It's just these up-and-coming prospects he's been fighting nonstop. The Carlos Prates, Moraes. You guys know who I'm talking about. These guys are up-and-coming. And he's fighting them in the main events in the Apex, and he's getting knocked out. All right, I don't see that happening against Zaleski dos Santos, who is older, who has suffered injuries, shorter fighter here. Unless he lands a crazy kick, does some capoeira stuff, I don't see it happening. Give me Neil Magny by decision. You know, finally he's going to pull off another win. Neil Magny's going to stay in that fight. He's going to stay in the UFC, man. I don't see Neil Magny getting cut. Give me Neil Magny by decision as the quick pick. We move on. Carol Rosa versus Nora Cornell. Pretty good fight. Pretty good matchup, honestly. I like Nora Cornell. She's a fun fighter. She's a dangerous fighter. She can finish the fight everywhere. She can get a knockout. She can get a submission in her last fight. She got the submission. Really nice rear naked choke in the first. I think it was in the, actually no, it was the second round, wasn't it? Really nice rear naked choke against a dangerous grappler. And she's fighting Carol Rosa, who is a big fighter. But Nora Cornell is actually going to be the bigger one here. She's actually going to be the bigger one. Carol Rosa is big. She's tough. She's durable. She plots forward, but she's a bit gun shy. I didn't like Carol Rosa's last performance. She was very gun shy. She didn't look very good. Didn't throw enough. She was fighting the Argentinian girl. What's her name? The girl that shakes her butt, man. I don't like her. But you guys know who I'm talking about. Carol Rosa didn't look very good. She really didn't look good. Didn't throw enough volume. And if she doesn't do that here, Nora Cornell is going to pick her apart. She'll get some takedowns. She'll land some knees in the pocket. She'll land some elbows. She mixes it up very well. Her kickboxing is good. Give me Nora Cornell as the quick pick. And I'm sure she's probably the underdog. I wouldn't be surprised if she's the underdog. She'll probably want to be one of my underdog picks of the week. But give me Nora Cornell as the quick pick. I think she gets it done by decision. Carol Rosa is very tough. We move on. I think this is the feature bout, and it is a banger. It is a banger. These next 3 fights are solid in the Apex. And, I mean, 2 of them aren't ranked fights, but they feel like the ranked fights. Elvis Brenner versus Esteban Ribovic. This is a solid fight. We're putting Ribovic back in the Apex, of course. You know, the UFC just hates him for some odd reason. His last fight was a fight of the night. His fight before that was fight of the night. His fight before that, he KO'd Terrence McKinney. He's very fun. Esteban Ribovic, if you don't know him, really fast hands, really dangerous, loves to slug it out in the pocket, and he's not scared of a firefight, and neither is Elvis Brenner. Shoot the box guy, trains with Charles Oliveira. You already know. He brings a fight. He always comes into the pocket, throws big hooks, big check hooks, and he's always bombing away. Elvis Brenner is tough. He's durable. He is very durable. In his last fight, he got KO'd by Joel Alvarez with some knees. Joel was sniping him at range. Then when he got in close, he just got unloaded on with a barrage of knees from Joel Alvarez. Really nasty knees, and he got TKO'd on the ground. Elvis Brenner's a little bit too tough for his own good. That's all the shoot the box guys, but he has had some good wins, some good upsets before. You know, one of the most notable ones is his fight against what's his name? The big prospect at one point, the Georgian guy. You guys know who I'm talking about. Is it not Chikadze? Oh my goodness, you guys know who I'm talking about. I'm so bad with names. That guy trains with Ilya Taporia and Hamzat and all that stuff. Anyways, Elvis Brenner, big comeback, knocked him out. Really nice win there, and he is on a 2-fight skid, but he's been fighting really tough guys, and Esteban Ribovic is one of those tough dudes. This is tough for me. I'm going to side with Esteban Ribovic as the quick pick, but you know I love Elvis Brenner. I love the shoot the box guys, and he's a solid underdog. I know he's an underdog here. Give me Esteban Ribovic as the quick pick, though, and I'm going to say Esteban Ribovic finds a finish here just because of the damage that Elvis Brenner took in his last fight. He's been a bit inactive. I'm going to say Esteban Ribovic finds a KO here. So give me Esteban Ribovic as the quick pick. We move on to the co-main event, and this is a banger co-main event. I'm going to be honest. For an Apex, this is a banger co-main event. Matusha Rebecki versus Chris Duncan. This screams fight of the night all over it. Both of them, this fight and the fight before, both back-to-back lightweight fights, really fun fights as well. Not even ranked fights, but really fun fights. And this is a close fight, man. Chris Duncan's on a good streak right now. I think he's on a 3-fight win streak, 2 by submission, 1 by... Actually, is it a two-fight win streak right now? Because I know he lost to Manuel Torres, but he's on back-to-back guillotine choke submission wins. Really good guillotine chokes by Chris Duncan. One of them in London against their guy, Jordan Vucenic, and then the other one against Balaji Oki. Both of them upsets as well. Chris Duncan's been an underdog in every single one of his fights. Matusha Rebecki in his last one as well was an underdog, and he had a really good win. Split decision against Orobai, fight of the night, almost fight of the year. Both these guys are super entertaining, super fun. We'll scrap it out, and they will have a banger of a fight. Tough fight to predict, tough fight to pick. And I love Matusha Rebecki. He's very durable, very tough, a little bit too tough for his own good. Both these guys are a little bit too tough for their own good, but that's what makes a great fight. I am going to lean with Chris Duncan as the underdog. I know it's crazy because Matusha Rebecki is very good. He is very, very high level, very good, but Chris Duncan has looked great in his last couple fights. I think he's very underestimated going in there, and I think the submission game is what could get Matus Rebecki in trouble. It could get him in trouble. Chris Duncan latches up that guillotine choke. He's really good at it. Really tight guillotine choke. He could find it again here with if Matus Rebecki either panic shoots or is forced to go to the ground with Chris Duncan. And on the feet, Chris Duncan's striking has gotten a lot better. He's taller. His reach is a lot better. Unless Matus Rebecki lands a big knockout blow, which I don't see happening, give me Chris Duncan as the quick pick. I think he could get it done, as an underdog as well. Solid guy. Solid pick. Give me Chris Duncan as the early prediction, boys. We move on to the main event, though. Amir Albazi versus Tatsuro Taira. Easy one for me to break down. I'm going to be honest. Amir Albazi looked absolute shit in his last fight. He looked like absolute shit against Brandon Moreno. Now, Brandon Moreno is world class. It was a 5-round fight. It was a close one, but Amir Albazi got pieced up on the feet. And he didn't have anything. No takedowns, nothing on the ground. Wasn't able to do anything to Brandon Moreno and just got beat up for 5 rounds. So he didn't look good. He's aging, and his last performance really was a bad look. It was a bad stain. And his performances before, they weren't against as high level opponents as who Tatsuro Taira has fought. He's fought some good opponents in flyweight, He's very tough, very scrappy. This is going to be a very scrappy matchup. It's going to be fun, and I love that this is in the Apex, They do have to take Tatsuro Taira out the Apex, man. He doesn't need to live in the Apex, UFC. Tatsuro Taira does not need to live in the Apex. Let the guy breathe. Let the guy go to a fight night, somewhere across the world. Come on, man. But give me Tatsuro Taira as a quick pick. This guy's scrappy. He's fast, got fast hand speed, good takedowns. His striking's come a long way. He was able to strike for 5 rounds with Brandon Royval. Both these guys lost to the Brandons. This is the 2 Brandon leftovers here. But Tatsuro Taira looked a lot better in his fight than Amir Albazi did in his. And Tatsuro Taira brought a fight he did not give up, no matter the outcome. And it was a split decision. Very, very close fight in his first loss ever in MMA. And, I think he's going to bounce back big from that. I think he's going to find himself a great win here over Amir Albazi. Give me Tatsuro Taira by unanimous decision. Both these guys went the 5 rounds before. Amir Albazi is very tough. Tatsuro Taira is scrappy. I think he'll be on the ground. He'll be on top of Amir Albazi, land some elbows, control the back for a while. I think he'll control Amir Albazi's back a lot in this fight. He'll be on his back, searching for the rear naked choke. I don't think he'll find it, but he'll get a lot of ground control time. And on the feet, I think he'll be the lengthier, better striker. So give me Tatsuro Taira as the quick pick by unanimous decision, boys. That is the entire breakdown of this fight card. All my quick picks, all my quick predictions. If you guys did enjoy the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop it down in the comments who you guys are picking in the main event, and I will catch you boys in the next one. See you.